Have you ever texted a woman, waited hours, maybe even days, for a response, only to be completely ignored? You sit there staring at your phone, second-guessing everything you said. Did you come on too strong? Were you too boring? Should you double-text her to remind her you're still around? These questions start to spin in your mind, and before you know it, her lack of response starts to mess with your confidence. You feel powerless, confused, and maybe even a little humiliated. And that feeling? It sucks. Let's be honest. Nobody likes being ignored, especially by someone they're interested in. But here's the real kicker. Chasing after her, demanding attention, or trying to prove your worth only makes things worse. It gives her power over you. She knows you're affected by her silence, and whether she's doing it on purpose or not, she's winning the game. So what's the solution? How do you flip the script, regain your composure, and, if we're being real, destroy her ego in the process? Stay tuned, because that's exactly what we're diving into today. Being ignored hits different because it taps into one of our deepest insecurities, the fear of not being valued. When someone ignores you, especially someone you're attracted to, it feels like they're telling you, "You're not important enough for me to care." That stings. And it makes sense why most guys instinctively react by trying harder, texting more, asking what's wrong, or subtly begging for attention. But here's the brutal truth. Every time you do that, you give her more control over how you feel. You're handing her the power to dictate your mood, your confidence, and even your self-worth. And that's exactly why this approach never works. You can't convince someone to value you by acting like you need their attention. What's worse? When you overreact, it doesn't just make you feel bad. It lowers her attraction to you. Why? Because confidence is attractive, and the moment you lose yours by chasing her, you lose any sense of power or mystery you once had. Now, I'm not saying she's ignoring you on purpose. Maybe she's genuinely busy, or maybe she's not that into you. Either way, the solution is the same. Stop trying to force a response and start acting like the high-value man you are. Here's the mindset shift that changes everything. Instead of seeing her response, or lack of response, as something that validates your worth, flip the perspective. Stop seeking her attention. Stop needing her approval to feel good about yourself. When you detach from the outcome, when you stop caring whether she texts you back or not, you instantly become more attractive. Why? Because women are drawn to men who don't seek external validation. They're drawn to men who have their own life, their own goals, and their own sense of purpose. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how the guys who seem the least interested in chasing women often get the most attention? It's not because they're playing some genius mind game. It's because they don't need a woman's attention to feel good about themselves. They already feel valuable, with or without it. And that's the energy you need to cultivate. Once you stop chasing her attention and start focusing on yourself, something interesting happens. Not only do you feel better about yourself, but she also starts to notice. She starts to wonder why you're not as affected by her silence. And that curiosity, that's what shifts the power dynamic in your favor. Main solutions: how to act when she ignores you. 1. Don't react emotionally. Stay cool. When she ignores you, your first instinct might be to react emotionally. Maybe you want to call her out or double text her to get her attention. Don't do it. Acting out of emotion only shows that her behavior got under your skin, which is exactly what you don't want. Instead, stay calm. Stay composed. If she doesn't respond, so what? You're busy living your life. You have things to do, goals to achieve, and people to see. The less affected you seem, the more she'll wonder what's going on with you. And trust me, that's a good thing. 2. Shift your focus back to yourself. Here's a harsh truth. If you're obsessing over why she's ignoring you, it means you've made her too much of a priority in your life. So, it's time to shift that focus. Start investing your time and energy into things that actually matter. Your fitness, your career, your hobbies, your friends. When you're genuinely busy and fulfilled by your own life, you won't even have time to worry about whether she's ignoring you or not. And guess what? That energy is magnetic. Women are naturally drawn to men who have their own thing going on because it signals independence and confidence. 3. Use silence as a power move. Silence can be powerful if you know how to use it. When she ignores you, don't chase her. Instead, match her energy. If she's giving you silence, give her the same in return. Here's why this works. When you stop chasing, she starts to feel the distance. And if she was ignoring you to test your reaction or boost her own ego, your silence will throw her off. She'll expect you to keep trying, and when you don't, she'll start to wonder what's changed. That's when she'll reach out. Now, does this mean you should ignore her forever? No. If she genuinely comes back and shows interest, it's fine to respond. But the key is to do it on your terms, not out of desperation, but because you genuinely want to. 4. Stay polite, but detached. If she does reach out after a period of ignoring you, don't jump right back into needy mode. Keep your responses polite, but detached. You're not cold. You're just showing that your life doesn't revolve around her anymore. For example, if she sends a casual "hey," you don't need to drop everything and respond immediately. Take your time. Respond when you're ready and keep the conversation light. The goal is to show her that you're no longer emotionally invested in seeking her validation. At the end of the day, the real battle isn't between you and her. It's between you and your emotions. Learning how to stay calm, composed, and confident when a woman ignores you isn't just about dealing with this specific situation. It's about building emotional resilience that'll help you in every area of your life. Because here's the truth. Mastering your emotions isn't just attractive, it's powerful. It gives you control over how you feel, no matter what's happening around you. And when you can do that, no one, not even the woman who ignored you, can take away your sense of confidence and self-worth. So the next time a woman ignores you, don't let it mess with your head. Don't give her the power to dictate your mood or your confidence. Instead, stay calm, focus on yourself, and act like the high-value man you are. Because once you do that, you'll not only destroy her ego, you'll gain something far more valuable, unshakable self-respect. Now, let's get into a few more strategies that will help you maintain control and turn the tables when a woman ignores you. 5. Don't reward disrespectful behavior. Look, if a woman is ignoring you, it's her choice, right? But that doesn't mean you have to tolerate it. Too many guys stick around hoping things will change, but by doing that, they send a message. I'm okay with being treated like an afterthought. Don't be that guy. You don't have to make a big scene or call her out. You simply withdraw your attention. That's your power. You show her, through your actions, that you're not someone who rewards disrespect with more effort. You only invest your time and energy in people who respect you and value your presence. By doing this, you communicate something powerful. You're not afraid to walk away. And nothing intrigues a woman more than a man who knows his worth and doesn't stick around where he's not appreciated. 6. Build scarcity around yourself. Let's be real. People value what they feel they can't easily have. This applies to everything, including relationships. When you're always available, always the first to text, and always ready to drop everything for her, you create zero scarcity. In her mind, you're predictable. You're there whenever she wants, so she doesn't feel any urgency to reciprocate. Now, imagine the opposite. You stop being so available. You don't reply instantly. You don't always say yes to plans. Suddenly, she starts to wonder, why isn't he acting the same? Why isn't he as accessible as before? That's when she begins to chase you, because she senses a shift. Scarcity creates value. When you're selective about who gets your time and energy, people naturally start to want more of it. 7. Improve yourself and let her see it. Here's something that's going to sound harsh, but it's important. Sometimes, when a woman ignores you, it's because she doesn't see enough value in you. That doesn't mean you're worthless. It just means you have room to level up. And that's a good thing, because self-improvement is something you can control. Work on your fitness. Hit the gym. Start dressing better. Improve your communication skills. Pursue a new hobby. When you're actively working on becoming the best version of yourself, something interesting happens. You stop caring so much about who's ignoring you. Why? Because you're too busy building a life that makes you feel confident and fulfilled. And here's the kicker. If she happens to see the new, improved version of you, it's going to hit her differently. Suddenly, you're not the guy she could easily overlook. You're the guy who's leveled up and moved on. And that realization? That's what really destroys her ego. But here's the thing. You're not improving yourself just to get her attention. You're doing it for you. Because at the end of the day, being ignored by one person doesn't matter when you know you're becoming someone that everyone will respect. Why detachment is the ultimate power move. Alright, let's talk about the concept of detachment for a minute. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care about anything. It means you don't cling to outcomes. You stay in control of your emotions, no matter what happens. When you master detachment, you stop reacting to every little thing that people do or don't do. If she texts back, great. If she doesn't, that's fine too. Either way, your mood and your confidence stay the same because they're no longer tied to someone else's behavior. This is what separates high-value men from the rest. Most guys get emotionally attached too quickly. They base their self-worth on how a woman responds to them. High-value men don't do that. They understand that their value comes from within, and they don't need constant validation from anyone to feel good about themselves. Once you adopt this mindset, you'll notice something incredible. People, including women, start to treat you differently. They sense that you're not easily shaken, that you don't need them to feel complete. And that energy? It's irresistible. When she comes back, what should you do? Now, here's an important question. What do you do if she comes back after ignoring you? Should you welcome her with open arms, or should you completely shut her out? It depends on how she approaches you. If she's genuinely interested and makes an effort to reconnect, there's nothing wrong with giving her another chance, as long as you stay in control. Remember, the key here is to stay grounded. You're not rewarding her behavior. You're simply deciding on your terms whether or not she's worth your time. But if she comes back casually, acting like nothing happened, don't fall back into old patterns. Keep things light, stay detached, and make her work to regain your attention. You're not bitter. You're just aware that your time is valuable, and not everyone gets easy access to it. Why ignoring her back works? You might be thinking, isn't ignoring her back just playing games? Not exactly. It's about shifting the power dynamic. If she's ignoring you because she thinks she has the upper hand, ignoring her back signals that you're not affected by her actions. You're showing her that you don't play by her rules, you set your own. This strategy works because it disrupts her expectations. She expects you to keep trying, to keep chasing. When you don't, it creates uncertainty in her mind. Suddenly, she's not sure where you stand, and that uncertainty is what makes her start to pay attention. But remember, this only works if it's genuine. If you're ignoring her just to get a reaction, she'll sense it, and it'll backfire. The goal isn't to manipulate. It's to genuinely focus on yourself and let her see that you don't need her to feel valuable. At the end of the day, the most important thing you can do when a woman ignores you is to choose yourself first. Don't waste your time chasing someone who isn't giving you the same energy in return. You deserve respect, attention, and effort. And if you're not getting that, it's okay to walk away. The truth is, the right people will never make you feel like you have to fight for their attention. They'll value you without games, without manipulation, and without making you second-guess your worth. So, stop focusing on what she's doing or not doing, and start focusing on becoming someone who never has to worry about being ignored in the first place. Because when you value yourself, others will follow suit. And when they don't, you won't care because you'll already know your worth. If this video helped you see things differently, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Remember, your time and energy are valuable. Don't give them away to people who don't appreciate them. Stay strong, stay confident, and always choose yourself first. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.